Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty B. Thanks for watching. I've already talked a little bit about the reveal we had not too long ago about what the new costume for Superman is going to look like. We also have changes to Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Arrow are all changing after Convergence. The reason for this is yet to be shown to us, but I'm sure it all has something to do with what's going on with Telos and Convergence and how all of the universes have come together, and we're seeing many various incarnations of all of these heroes. It looks to me that we might see a powerless Clark or a weaker Clark, a Clark who can't fly possibly, as evidenced by the fact that he's going to be riding a motorcycle around. This isn't the first time we've seen Superman ride a motorcycle around. There was a motorcycle of sorts in the Godfall storyline. I'm sure there have been others. And in Smallville, when he went a little rebellious, he rode a motorcycle with his red K ring on so that he could be free of all his cares in Smallville and of all the terrible things that had happened to him, the terrible things that he was responsible for on that show. He put the ring on, drove away on a motorcycle, and it was cool Clark. And that almost seems to be what's going on here. We got cool Clark. We got fists Clark. We got scarves wrapped around the fists. We got blood at the feet. We've got boondockers on, which are a type of boot. We got jeans, black jeans. We got the black background S and the boxing news shirt that I'm wearing. This is actually one I got in the Superman celebration for playing and doing really well in Superman Jeopardy. I don't think they ever declared an actual winner, or maybe I won, or I don't know exactly what happened, but this was one of the prizes. It's the closest one I have that looks like this S, which seems to be kind of an homage to the old Fleischer cartoons S. He had that symbol with the black background and the red, and it was bordered by yellow. So that's cool. You know, they're going back to something like that. The cape is gone. He's got this weird kind of crew cut. Doesn't really look much like what people think of as Superman, and a lot of people are, you know, raising arms like they do oftentimes when something changes in their beloved characters or their beloved comics. I'm here to say, calm down. Everything will be all right. In the morning, the sun will still rise, and at night you'll see the moon sometimes, if there's a moon, and if it's dark enough to see a moon. Maybe it's behind the clouds. Who knows? But the truth is, unless some catastrophic event happens, you'll wake up tomorrow. And even though Superman's costume is going to be a little bit different, for a while, this is what I'm saying, for a while. Remember Electric Blue Superman? Sure you do. Most of you, many people that I talked to, hated it. And the reason I think that most people hated it is because DC presented it as new Superman. This is what our guy's going to look like forever. He's never going back. It's never going to change. And then a few months later, less than a year, Superman Forever came out. Alex Ross cover was a big thing. He was back to his normal look. Everybody kind of knew it was going to happen. A lot of people, I guess, bought DC saying this is the new Superman and this is the way he's always going to be. He was in an energy kind of form. He can do things with electricity, but he had no powers when he reverted back to Clark Kent. And when he was in Superman form, he had to have a containment suit in order to contain all that electricity. People hated it. Death of Clark Kent is an often maligned series of books, even though I loved it. Death of Superman is often maligned for not having any real character, just the point of beating Superman to a pulp and then killing him. One of my favorites as well is when I first started reading the comics. Always loved Superman, but really got into collecting the comics and reading them during that time. Things change for Superman all the time. This is going to be the first time, it's not going to be the last time, and it's also going to not be the final time. My bet is that he's going to be depowered or weakened or something for a while, hence the fisticuffs and the motorcycle and the blood at his feet. I mean, Superman doesn't normally try to make his foes bleed or beat them or bludgeon them. Sometimes he gets in brawls with super-powered enemies. But here, if he's just a guy and he doesn't have his powers and he doesn't have his invulnerability, when he's punching people, his fists might bleed. And when he punches them, they might bleed. But this might be a life-or-death situation. He might have to fight them that way. And he still wants to crusade as a hero, which is awesome to me if you think about it that way. It's a Superman who's not going to stop being Superman just because he no longer has powers or is weakened. You know, I've seen some stories sometimes, maybe on Lois and Clark, where he lost his powers and he'd try to intervene during a robbery and he'd just get knocked down and look like a fool, which could happen. But I prefer the Clark who still wants to get things done, even if he doesn't have powers. And that's what it seems like we might be looking at. And to me, that's very inspirational and it's very Superman-like, even though what I'm hearing from a lot of fans is, this is not Superman. Superman has a cape. Superman has red underwear. Superman wears tights. Superman flies around. And all of those things are true at various points in Superman's career, which has gone since 1938 and will continue long past most of us are dead. That sounds kind of like a downer, but the point is, Superman is a beloved character. Sometimes the comic books don't sell the way the companies want them to, and let's face it, this is a business. So they're going to do things to shake things up as often as they can. A lot of people haven't been happy with the New 52. The stories haven't done all that much for me, but I still see him as Superman. He's still doing Superman things. The writing sometimes falls short. The art sometimes falls short. And here we have a new imagining of what he might look like after some events happen that possibly cause him to lose his powers or become weakened. And he's going to go about like this. He's going to lose his Kryptonian armor somehow. It's going to get destroyed by Telos or whatever it is. However it goes away, it's going to be part of the story. And when it all wraps up, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a much more familiar Superman that everybody's kind of looking for and hoping for. And it'll be really triumphant, just like when it was Superman Forever, when he came out of the blue, electric blue funk. Or just like when he came back to life and he was in that black suit with machine guns for a while. People were like, this isn't Superman. Superman doesn't carry machine guns and wear a black suit. But when he got his powers back, he was back forever. And that he wasn't. You know, when something happens, something changes. It's a never-ending battle, folks. The stories go on. The adventures go on. They make changes to him. He goes through changes in life, just like all of us do. We all go through changes in our lives. We all see things happen. We all see things change, and we live through it. And hopefully we come back out on the other side stronger than ever. And my guess is that's what we're going to see happen with Superman. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky.